Hello, and thank you for stopping by California Gold Connection. Today what I want to share with you is how to sell your gold and what to watch for. Unfortunately, with gold being so high, you've got a lot of people getting in the business, and there's a lot of people out there doing it dishonestly. And then there is honest buyers as well, but finding those honest buyers can be a challenge. So I want to tell you and teach you what to look for. After all, you've collected this gold 10, 20 years now, and this is your shot. Gold's the highest it's ever been. You want to go out and sell it, but this is your one shot, and you don't want to blow it by selling to somebody dishonest. So there's a few things that you want to look for. Number one, I tell everybody to make sure they get to see the whole process in action. The testing of it, the weighing of it, the calculating of it. Ask questions. If they're not answering questions, red flag. There's numerous places to sell your gold. There's the mail-in places. A lot of the big mail-in locations are paying very little to nothing for your gold. So I caution against doing that. I also caution in mailing in your gold in general, unless you really know who you're mailing it to or have a good referral that you're confident that they're treating you fairly. And then you have, your stores around town, your jewelry stores, your gold buying locations, and then you have your individual buyers out there. So which one's the best to go to? Well, unfortunately, that isn't an easy answer because there's so many dishonest people out there, and they can be dishonest in every location. So again, you need to fall back on understanding what you're doing and being prepared when you go out to sell your gold and understanding what to look for. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to walk into a location or walk into this person, and they're going to need to go through your jewelry. First thing you'll see typically is a magnet of some sort. They'll go through all your jewelry with a magnet, and what that does is weed out a lot of stuff that's gold plated right away, so they can give that back to you, and then they can proceed with other testing. The second thing they'll do is they'll look at your stuff with a jeweler's loupe and a magnifying glass, and what they're doing is they're looking for a carat stamping. So say this is 14 karat gold. They want to look for a carat stamping that says 14 karat gold. And then from there, they need to verify that that's actually 14 karat gold. Because another thing that's unfortunate is that carat stamping is not regulated worldwide. Anybody can make this bracelet and stamp whatever they want on it. So gold buyers like us or anybody out there needs to verify that it's actually the carat that it says it is. Well, this right here is where you get cheated. Is what we call downgrading. You've got a 14 karat gold and they downgrade it and say it's 10 karat. Well, what do you know? Well, here's how to reduce those chances of being taken, is understanding the different test processes. So we talked about the first thing is making sure you get to see the whole process. Secondly is making sure you're understanding the process. Okay, so the first test, the number one caution you want to look for is if they're doing what they call scratch stone testing. They have a little stone of some sort, and they have a variance of acids. So this is 10 karat acid. They do 14 karat acid, 18 karat acid, 22 karat acid. This is a very common test you'll see a lot of places because so many dishonest people want to be able to cheat you. They use this test because what they do is they scratch a piece of jewelry on the stone, and then they drop the acids on there and determine what carat it is. Well, what do you know about what you're looking for? How do you know what acid is reading? You don't. You're at the mercy of the tester, even if they're doing it right in front of you. So another thing that they do is a lot of jewelry, say this bracelet for instance, a lot of jewelry tests 12 karat, 13 karat. Well, their acids are 10 karat to 14 karat. So the second, if it's 13 karat gold, they automatically downgrade it to 10 karat. And this is where you get cheated because they're using the acid testing. They can do this and you don't know any different. Well, if they're using an accurate tester, so like this is the top of the line gold tester out there. This tester actually you will not see rarely in any professional locations because it tells you too much information, even to the layperson. This right here, you put a ring in the alligator clip, you test the ring, and it actually reads out. This one is 14 karat gold. It's actually reading 14 karat gold right on it. So what that tells you is you can see it says 14 karat. Well, if it actually said 13 karat or 12 karat, I can still pay you on that carat value and you won't lose money that way. Okay, so when they're using the acid testing, they can't determine if it's 13 karat or 12 karat. All they know is that their 14 karat acid failed the test, so they downgraded to 10 karat. Well, you're missing all that value between 10 karat and 14 karat. And that can be pretty substantial, especially if you have a large volume of jewelry. So that's there's two things to watch for now we've talked about. One, make sure you get to see the whole process and you understand the process. Two, the test methods they're using. If they're using scratch stone testing with acids, you can be cheated very easily. And even if they're not cheating you directly, they can only tell you if it's 10 or 14 karat. They can't pay you anywhere in between. So you're losing money every time something doesn't come up to 14 karat right on the money. If it's 14 karat, boom, they're downgraded to 10 karat, and you've lost all that money of carat value. So looking for somebody that does electronic testing like this with a tester that you can actually read. There's some lower models. See, this says 14 karat, so you know it says 14 karat, and then it also says 585. The gold, 14 karat gold is 58.5% gold or 58.3% gold. So it'll say that, it'll read that right on there. The lower models of this will actually just read out that number value, 585. Well, again, if you don't understand what that means, you're still at the mercy of the tester. So you don't really know what that means. So again, even though they're using a nice fancy tester, if you don't understand the carat values and what percentage of gold is in each carat, you can still be cheated. So this is really nice. This is why we use this tester at California Gold Connection, so you can actually read it right here. So say your gold is in fact only 10 karat or is only in fact 12 karat, you can read it and see right here, and you can be comfortable knowing that it is what we were saying it is. Also, if it's reading 12 karat, we can actually pay you for 12 karat gold rather than downgrade it to 10 karat. And that's something nobody does, and that's how they make a lot of their money, is by downgrading your jewelry and cheating you on that. When you're calling around and getting prices, it's very important to understand how they're pricing it. Typically, in the industry, you should be getting quoted prices in grams. And there's 31.1 grams per troy ounce. All gold, all bullion of any sort is bought in troy ounces. And there's 31.1 ounces grams per ounce in a troy ounce. So that's the number you're looking for. So when you call around, what you got to be careful of is some people quote you and call what they call penny weight or DeWitt. And that's just another form of measurement of weighing gold. But they use that because they can cheat you very easily and deceive you. A lot of the malls, if you go into the malls, a lot of them are buying in penny weight, and a lot of them will display their prices because it looks good. So, and the problem is there's, with the penny weight, there's 1.55 penny weights per gram, okay? And there's 0.643 grams per penny weight. So the calculation you need to take into account, just understand what you're really getting paid. So if you call someone and they say, hey, what are you paying for 24 karat gold? And they say $25 per gram. Okay, that's good. You're good to go. If they say $30, you say what per gram? Or oh no, we pay in penny weight. So $30 in penny weight. And you're going, okay, well what does that mean? This guy's paying $30, that guy's paying $25. I'm getting more money. He's paying $30. That's why a lot of the mall places use that you're walking by all the time. They're displaying $30 for 14 karat. And they're not denoting the grams or by penny weight. Well, in fact, if you take that $30 and multiply it by 0.643, because there's 0.643 grams per penny weight, it actually equals out at $19.29 per gram. So you're actually losing the difference of the $19.29 to the $25 a gram the other guy is paying. But it's very deceptive, and that's why they quote you in penny weight. So you need to understand that and don't fall for that. Make sure whoever's quoting you is quoting you in grams. Another game they play, a lot of the stores, just about anybody you call, they'll play the game of quoting you high. You're calling around. This is major competition for the gold buyers out there. So you're calling around and they're quoting $25 a gram, and this guy's quoting $26 a gram. Well, what they do is they'll quote high, knowing what their competition is, to get you in the store, and then they go through the downgrading process, and then they get you down to where they want to pay. All the while, you know you're at the mercy of them, so you don't understand this. So that's another thing you got to watch for. Okay, we're going to do a quick recap. So we talked about where to sell your gold. It really doesn't matter where you sell it as long as you know who you're selling it to is honest, and that's the hard part. So educating yourself is what we talked about next. Understand grams even, that when they weigh it, if they're quoting you $24 a gram or $25 a gram, and you know this thing weighs 10 grams, well, that's $240. You know that. You're not going to get cheated. If you have no idea what your stuff weighs, make sure they show it to you on the scale, and then you can do the math right there with it. This is your one shot to get your money for it, so do your math. You should be able to ask any question to your buyer, and if they won't answer it or if they get skittish at all, pick up your stuff and take off. There's a reason they're not answering your questions. It should be wide open if they're being fair and honest with you. So the test method. If they're using scratch stone testing, you already know you're automatically going to get cheated. If they're not cheating you intentionally, they're going to cheat you. You're going to get cheated in the fact that if your jewelry is 13 karat gold, it's going to fail the 14 karat gold test, and they're automatically going to downgrade it to 10 karat. So you're missing out on 3 carats worth of money there. You should be getting paid that money. They shouldn't be getting paid that money. So when they're doing scratch stone testing, which a lot of them do, you're going to be losing money right off the get-go. Whether they're cheating intentionally or you're getting cheated just by the test process because they can't test for 10 or 12, 13 karat gold and so on. The test method that we're using here with electronic testing, this is very nice because you get to actually read it. So if you don't do nothing but understand that you want to look at how many grams stuff is and bring a calculator and calculate what the carat value is, what they told you they pay per carat, then you'll be good to go. This reads out 14 karat right on it. There's no tricks, no way to cheat you on this. So, and another thing people are concerned about sometimes is, is your scale accurate? You know, scales are scales are scales. And yeah, there's certified scales, there's not certified scales, but the reality is they're all really good for the most part, unless they've been heavily dropped or something. An easy way to check is see if they have a calibration weight. So if they have a 100 gram calibration weight, they can stick it right on the scale, and you should see the scale read right out to 100 grams. If you want to check with something you have, throw some dollar bills on there. A dollar bill weighs a gram. So throw $2, $3, $4, $5 bills on there, and you should read however many dollars. You should read 5 grams if you through $5 bills on there. And now if it's off a little fraction, a point here, a point there, that's not the end of the world, but that's just to check it and make sure it's honest and not completely crazy. So if you're concerned about that, you can do that as well. Remember, you own this gold and it's yours, and until you're happy, you don't have any obligations to sell it to anybody. Stones, if you have any of your stones and the stuff that you want to keep, ask that person to take it out. Again, I caution you on mailing it in because the likelihood of getting your stones back are going to be slim to none. If you go to a buyer that takes it in, like in a business, that takes it into a back room to weigh it or test it or both, they can swap your stones out in seconds and you won't even know it. And those are your stones. So if you want them, ask them to take them out in front of you before they do anything, or take them out yourself at home. A little trick is fingernail clippers. Work great for bending the tongs over. I don't have anything with front, but just take fingernail clippers and bend the tongs over. You can pull the stones right out. Real easy. So do that at home if you want to save yourself that concern. So anyway, in a nutshell, understand what you're doing before you go out. Look for a reputable buyer and look for those aspects when you're getting your pricing, and make sure you're getting quoted in grams, and make sure they answer all your questions for you. I hope this helped you. Our goal is to be 100% fair and help you get the most money for your gold. Again, we talked about this. You accumulated this for 10, 20 years. This is your shot. Gold's the highest it's ever been. You need money. Most people out there aren't selling their gold because they want to. They're selling it because they need to and they need money. So make sure you get the most you can for it. Thank you for visiting California Gold Connection. I hope this video helped you. If you would like us to help you with your gold buying, please contact us. It doesn't matter where you are in the nation. We'll help you out and quote you properly. Have a great day, and we wish you well. Bye-bye.